Tell me everything. Chris and Lexa were sitting at a table against the wall of the nearly empty cafeteria, several windows dotting the walls with their shades drawn. Chris had just finished drinking a giant glass of water without saying a single word, and Lexa had simply watched, letting him finish the entire thing in a few gulps and then catch his breath. Jane and Emma, the only other people in the room, ran around the tables and chairs, loudly playing tag, as if everything was normal. Their exuberant behavior after the events on the ship, memories that were still coming together in Chris's mind, comforted and disturbed him in equal measure. "Our long-range sensors detected your escape pod before you even hit the atmosphere," Lexa said. "We were able to track your descent, and luckily you landed a few miles away from us. There was some debate about what to do, but ultimately we sent a party out to check for survivors, or recover parts if there were none. Of course, we had no idea what we were going to find. We don't get a lot of visitors out here, to say the least. I'm just glad that you landed during daylight. The nights last an extremely long time on LV-1213, and then it gets very dangerous out there." The mention of danger jogged his memory further. The Xenomorph's claws, its dripping teeth. He felt his stomach tighten. "Did the transport ship make it?" he asked. At that moment, Emma came sprinting up and held out a rations bar in front of her father's face.
"Hungry, Daddy?"
she asked, a huge smile on her face, eyes giant circles. He wasn't, not even vaguely. "I am, sweetie." He took hold of the bar and tousled her hair. "Thank you."
"You're welcome,"
she said sweetly, and then her face got serious as she watched her sisters speeding around the tables, and Emma took off after her. "Completely destroyed," Lexa intoned once the girls were out of earshot. "Are you sure?" "Very," she responded quickly. She leaned in closer, spoke in a clipped whisper. Her eyes were locked on his. They were hazel and extremely intelligent. Chris was coming to realize that she was highly capable, very confident. "Most of the ship burned up in the atmosphere. I'm assuming its shields failed completely, and what did make it to the surface shattered on impact. The main impact was only a few miles away from where you touched down. A minor miracle, really. But there wasn't much left. No one could have survived that, unfortunately." Chris closed his eyes. The monster was dead. He and his girls were safe. But that also meant Alicia. When she had first shown up at their home, he had only thought of her as a piece of machinery, the exact way the military had taught him to consider the androids who sometimes accompanied them on missions. But over time, she had become a part of the family, and he knew that his girls absolutely loved her. Realizing that she was gone forever, Chris felt sick to his stomach, had a hard time catching his breath. Yet another loss. "Can I see the wreckage?" he asked, opening his eyes.